Welcome to React with Alucard, your host, London VK Alucard.
Your Vampire King is back. London VK Alucard. And I told you we're gonna be back. So we're back for another reaction. I want to welcome y'all to React with Alucard. So we're going to be reacting to Bloodlines 2. The Vampire Masquerade Bloodlines 2. 7 biggest changes from the original. I never played the original. So let's dive on in. Excuse the blood, you know. I'm a vampire king. And you know I gotta go feed him. Pull up the seat. Put some on the cake. Let's get it. I'm gonna be playing the Vampire Masquerade Bloodlines 2 tonight, so I'll have gameplay Monday.
From its tabletop roots in 1991 to its steady evolution to the modern vampire, Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines had its humble beginning in books and dice. Through several community patches and a story that has held up through the decades, Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines is a cult classic that has been revamped for the modern.
Let me know if y'all want me to play it, because it looks good. I know that it kind of looks good, but I think it's like a read-based storyline where you just read the subtext and stuff. But I think I'm getting it wrong with a different one. So let me know in the comments. Be like, Vampire King play the Vampire Masquerade.
Modern child of the night. Hi, I'm Ariel Dannon with the Guides team, and here we are, 20 years later, with 7 of the biggest changes from Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines to Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2.
Aren't you interesting?
In the original Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, each breach of the Masquerade costs 1 Masquerade point, 5 in total. If you are reduced to 0, you will lose the game. There is, however, a Masquerade redemption you can obtain by completing certain quests. In Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2, you have a Masquerade gauge, and the more it fills up, the more you risk revealing who you are and the vampires around you, not unlike a wanted meter in other open-world games.
Okay.
If you max it out, it's instant death from your kindred brethren. Be aware of your surroundings and be mindful of the NPCs you converse with, especially if you're snacking on someone out in the open.
You cared for him. That is unusual.
The original Bloodline simulated a character sheet that made it feel as if you were playing the TTRPG. In Bloodlines 2, this has been replaced with an ability tree. Rather than ticking up your character's attributes, you simply select new abilities from the tree. The method by which you obtain experience has also changed, where in Bloodlines 1, you primarily obtained experience by completing quests. Now in Bloodlines 2, when you finish quests, read documents, or inspect items, you get experience points, which go towards the ability points you can spend to obtain different abilities.
I trust you will be able to handle this yourself in future. I have better things to do.
In Bloodlines 1, you were only playing from the main protagonist's perspective. In Bloodlines 2, you have a voice in your head, Fabian, and you get to experience Fabian's perspective, along with your own, giving another avenue to the story. Not only do you get to experience a different timeline and a sultry voice in your noggin, but you also get to experience other types of vampiric powers revolving around deduction and conversation rather than combat. Additionally, in Bloodlines 1, the protagonist was silent, as well as a newly embraced immortal. In Bloodlines 2, the vampire we play as, Fire, is an ancient with a voice.
Can a law-abiding kindred not walk where they will in this city? Tell me, what is my crime?
Going into Bloodlines 2, I have
you
expected the game to be much like the first in relation to the camera and how we see Fire. To my surprise, Bloodlines 2 isn't a full mix of first and third person perspectives, unlike Bloodlines 1. Instead, it's mainly first person and goes into a third person close-up view when feeding on someone. While there is no third person button like how there was in the original, all the cutscenes are in third person, and when you're speaking with Fabian, you have this Control-esque neon red dreamlike state when it's showing another person in Fire's mind, which is entirely new to the Bloodlines experience.
But I've always found charm in clutter. Provokes a soul to build castles out of thoughts. And a castle is a solid place to stand.
Bloodlines 1 and 2 are very different in the way they are approached in terms of maneuverability around the map, as well as the combat, with Bloodlines 2 being a much more action-oriented game. Combat has received a complete overhaul, including but not limited to a removal of hit numbers atop the heads of your enemies, and less of a focus on making the protagonist a melee fighter. In Bloodlines 1, you could actually go without using any of your powers when it comes to fighting. You could just punch all of your enemies into oblivion. There is much more of a focus on how combat works with abilities in tandem with your melee options in Bloodlines 2. The Nomad, being an ancient vampire, has a much greater arsenal of movement abilities at their disposal, including climbing, double jumps, gliding, and a vampiric sprint that lets you move extremely fast. This mark on the back of Fire's hand is a big change from the original, and it not only adds another narrative component, but it also limits you in how far you can go on the map. In Bloodlines 1, you're not limited by a mark on the back of your hand. Therefore, you can traverse around a bit easier from different locations like Santa Monica Pier, the beach, and more. On the flip side, you didn't have all the things in Bloodlines 1 that are available to you in Bloodlines 2. Yes, there was jumping, but it was more of a small hop and glide instead of an actual jump.
Okay. In the parking garage, stairs down to the beach, on the right. Those better not be some of my last words.
The story in Bloodlines 1 had a lot of meat to it in terms of how much you can do and the abundance of side quests available. While there are side quests available in Bloodlines 2, they are very quick and to the point. These side stories unlock in small batches and usually involve visits to the clan contacts across Seattle. Nico has you assassinating rude customers, Miss Thorne has you delivering packages, and Onda usually wants you to fight particular groups of enemies. These smaller tasks make up the bulk of the side content.
Sometimes I feed on them, but mostly I enjoy their charming knickknacks.
Picking your clan or your class is one of the most important things in both the first Bloodlines and now the second. There have been some serious changes though in the class system and how particular classes have been approached. In Bloodlines 1, you had the following classes: Clan Bruja, Clan Toreador, Clan Tremere, Clan Ventru, Clan Gangrel, Clan Malkavian, and Clan Nosferatu.
They shall be instructed in the ways of our kind, and be granted the same rights.
Now in Bloodlines 2, the classes are as follows: Clan Bruja, Clan Tremere, Clan Banu Hakim, Clan Ventru, Clan La Sombra, Clan Toreador. The noticeable absence of the Nosferatu clan is a painful one, considering they were one of the more interesting clans to play as in Bloodlines 1.
News travels down the kindred grapevine like wildfire, and that courtroom spat between LaCroix and Nines Rodriguez is a juicy little morsel.
The Malkavian is also missing, which means no playthrough where all the dialogue options are completely insane, but Fabian is of Clan Malkavian, so you still get some of that flavor. If you're stuck on what class to pick, check out our guide on deciding what class is best for you. And those are our 7 biggest changes in Vampire the Masquerade.
Okay. I can't wait for to play the 2 DLCs too. The 2 DLCs. That's gonna be so fun. So yeah. I'm going to record some of that, so I'll probably have either 2 episodes. I'm going to try to get to 2 episodes, or I might just do one big long one and then do smaller episodes and stuff. I'm still trying to decide. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. While y'all down there, make sure y'all bite the like button, bite the subscribe button, become a member of the Vampire Army, because all we are is in a feeding frenzy for blood. I'll see y'all for the next reaction. Thanks y'all for coming by. React with Alucard, your host, the Vampire King himself, London VK Alucard.
Bye.